To be honest, I didn't know what your group was until Elspeth contacted our producer. And once I started flipping through the website and seeing past honorees and seeing what remarkable things women are doing in every sector of this earth, really. And to be here today, I learned a lot today about just how powerful we are when we come from a place in our heart. And to see these women so selflessly helping others. You know, I used to think that you could learn a lot about a person by how they treat animals. But now I see the elderly, the disabled, people without access. When you see these amazing women reaching out to underprivileged and people who cannot on their own sometimes even feed and clothe themselves, then you say they're just doing it out of a place of love, and to be in their company is so humbling. I'm thrilled to be in a room with them and to be considered their peers.
Tell us what the process was in the making of your film. How long have you been trying to do it? And
so I wrote the film 12 years ago. And we went through a lot of different directors, and every time as a screenwriter I meet with a director and they say, oh, these are things I like about it, but I think I need you to change these parts. And so there would be a rewrite for one director, and then we start to gear up to go, and then the director goes to do something else. So we find another director, and I went through that process 5 times with 5 different directors. And then I met with a director, bless her heart, and she wasn't sure she would be able to commit to the film because she had another film that might go. So we started the process, and she said, she just asked questions. She didn't tell me what to do with the script. She just asked questions. Why did you write this film? What's it about for you?
Wow.
And what do you think the central question of the film is? What is it that you're trying to ask with the film, that you're hoping the film doesn't necessarily need to answer it, but to get to people thinking about it?
Well, that was interesting. The others never went that deep with you before,
right?
Huh?
Well, they tried to tell me, like, make the scene more about this, make the scene, like, it was sort of like a polish.
Right.
And she went in and, like, gutted it open and said, you wrote this film. I want to recognize what you did as a screenwriter. You wrote this film. Why? And what were you thinking about? Go back to that frame of mind. And now it had been a decade since I had written it. And once I answered those questions, and I fulfilled them in the course of the screenplay, I realized I couldn't hand that film over to somebody else to direct. Because those things were non-negotiable now. I knew why I wrote it. I reconnected to the impulses in me, the things that were sort of tormenting me. I mean, I write when I'm tormented to sort of work those things out. So she was the most valuable player in this whole process. And so I went to the then producer and I said, I'm going to direct this myself. And she said, well, not with me producing. Because as a first-time filmmaker, your budgets are limited, your resources are limited, and she just wasn't prepared to go down that road. But she wished me luck. And I found my own team, my producer Selah, and some cherished friends. And a lot of the investors were friends or friends of friends. And we put it together. It was a really long road, which I guess makes it all the more gratifying now that it's done.
Excellent. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.